Good afternoon, students, and today I'm going to be reading you a short story, or actually a book, called Tough Cookie by David Wisniewski. Tough Cookie to Aunt Pat, a real tough cookie. Welcome to the Jar. The Jar Transit Authority welcomes you to the Jar in hopes that the following information makes your stay safer and more enjoyable. Please remember to carry your ID card and sell-by date with you at all times. Freshness determines your level within the Jar. It's the law. When your sell-by date expires, please report to the nearest processing center for clearance to the next level down. Those assigned to the bottom of the jar no longer need to report to a processing center. Crumbs will not be issued ID cards and must remain at the bottom of the jar. The different sections of the jar. First, you have the lid, as there may be sudden movement at any time. Please avoid this area after your initial entry. The Skynet and Processing Center. After a cushioned fall, new arrivals are assigned living space based on freshness and quality. Upjar. This exclusive neighborhood is home to just baked and best quality store-bought citizens. The Crocker Observatory is the state-of-the-art facility, and this monitors lid movement. Midjar. This level is for the site of major business, cultural, and government centers. The Eels. These elevators connect mid-jar to upjar. Downjar. Most shops, services, schools, and apartment buildings are located here. The Pillsbury Expressway. This excellent highway system also features convenient bus service. The bottom of the jar. Visitors to this area should travel in groups. And remember, wanted by the Jar Police Department for assault and battery is Fingers, considered armed and dangerous. Now to start the book. They call me a tough cookie. I guess I am. Came from a regular batch. Lots of dough. Lived the high life. Top of the jar. Then I hit bottom and stayed here. It was rough. Still is. But you get used to it. Life's still sweet. Just a little stale. The bottom's loaded with nice folks. Some call them crumbs. I call them friends. I like helping them out. Anybody makes trouble, I step in. That's my job. I'm a tough cookie. I'm knocking back a cup of Java when this classy blonde rolls in. Store-bought, easy on the eyes. Pecan Sandy, I say. Long time. Better that way, she says. We used to be an item. Didn't work. Still hurts. So, what's up, I mutter. She chokes back a sob. Your partner. My raisins turn to ice. Chips? She's crying now. Fingers got 'em. I grab her arm. Where? Cross jar, she says, getting a grip. This cookie don't crumble. Cab's outside. Chips and I go way back. Entered the jar at the same time. Joined the force together. Became partners. We were good. Busted the ginger snaps. Broke up the macaroons. But then, they were loading them when we get there. He's chewed up pretty bad. I take his hand. Chips, I say. He opens his eyes, gasps. Fingers, looking for you. Shock jolts my gut, but I don't let it show. Fingers don't come down this far. Did this time, groans Chip. I squeeze his hand. You're a tough cookie. You'll make it. He closes his eyes. Yeah, he mumbles. I'll make it. They take him away. Standing in the cold, the hot flood of memories hijacks my brain. Mom, Dad, the top of the jar, the knock at the door, Fingers, and later, me and Chips. The Pfeffernuss's case. Tried to save him. Couldn't. Fingers. Fingers! A slap stings my cheek like a velvet bee. Snap out of it, pipes Pecan Sandy. You can't run anymore. You're such a tough cookie. Prove it. You're right, I say. Time to put Fingers away for keeps. At the police station, the chief offers nothing but lousy coffee and bad advice. Forget about it, son, he says. You can't stop Fingers. Other cops gather around. They look big. They talk tough. But inside, they're marshmallows. That's right, they mumble. Nobody stops Fingers. We'll see about that, I say. Crumbs are waiting outside. Word travels fast. We owe you big time, says one. Let us help. The others nod. Their faces blur. It gets hard to talk. I look away. Thanks, I say, but no thanks. This is between Fingers and me. It's a long ride to the top of the jar. I begin to think, maybe I'm a nut bar to do this. Then I think of chips. The door opens. Everything's fresh and warm. I grab the first guy I see. Hey, Gumdrop, I say. Where's Fingers? The guy can't take the pressure. Starts to snap. I don't know, he squeals. That's when the trouble starts. The jar shakes. The sky opens. Fingers! Gumdrop's the first to go. A couple of shortbreads get it next. Then Fingers heads towards yours truly. Darkness covers me like a damp sponge. Can't move. Can't breathe. It's the end. Then the doors open. Pecan Sandy strides in, followed by every crumb in the jar. They lay on Fingers by the hundreds, the thousands. Fingers gives them the brush off and makes another grab, but more crumbs join in the fracas. Again and again, Fingers gets nothing but crumbs. Finally, it's over. Pecan Sandy sidles over, helps me up. I figured Fingers was only after cookies, she says. All he got was crumbs. I kiss her. You're a smart cookie, I say. Maybe being a tough cookie isn't enough. She kisses me. You don't learn quick, she says, but you learn. The end. Thank you, students, for tuning in and reading along with me. Tough Cookie. Once again, this is an enjoyable book I like to read with my kids, and I like to read it with you as well, since you are also my kids here at school every day. So once again, I hope you enjoyed this book, and keep reading.